It's on!
And then there were two. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the return of Disney Parks Talk Live, the weekly show, more or less, in which we talk about, usually weekly, it's been a while though, we talk about the week in Disney theme parks. That's our fault. I was not here. My wife is not here. So anyway, we talk about the week in Disney theme park news. This is the October 24th edition. My name is Dewey Mosley, co-founder of this show and co-host of this show, along with my good friend over there, Jeremiah Good. How you doing, Jeremiah?
Doing well, Dewey. Doing well. We do need to cut down Gideon's run and add in the Wish with Bob and Josh on there for the opening now.
The Wish with Bob and Josh?
The Wish dedication.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. I didn't give you a proper introduction.
It's been a while.
We have Jeremiah Good, our vice president of Roosevelt Shirts, which I'm still waiting, to do some influencer modeling here. I don't expect to have to pay for my own. I figure they're going to shower me with shirts. So Roosevelt's, if you're out there, just saying, I want to show them off. I'm ready.
I definitely see somebody who has a direct relation with somebody who has a more director relationship with them than I do.
That sounds like a lot of,
direct reports, yeah.
Sorry, I'm watching LPTV over here. I'm like, why hasn't our stream kicked in? What's going on? Oh, shoot. I turned on. No, I didn't. Anyway, I can't get distracted. All right. So we are going to talk about, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Mike C is almost here. He will be here. He's almost here.
I'm looking at my MagicBand Plus, timing him.
Thanks, Figgy. What do you expect me to do about it now, Ben? Thanks a lot for texting me in the middle of the show. Just wants to distract me further. Mike was here. Now he's gone. So first up is the biggest news since we have left this show. And you might think it's price increases. You might think it's the return of Fantasmic. You might even think it's MagicBand Plus at Disneyland. You would be wrong. It is the candy canes. The candy canes are coming to Disneyland. They're warm, they're gooey, they're fresh, and they will be here starting December 4th. There we go. Now we're kicking in. December 4th,
I can
yes?
honestly say I have never been one of those people that gets up and rope drops the candy shop for a candy cane. I'm not a huge candy cane fan, but also that I can remember seeing photos and videos. That is worse than Black Friday sales at times.
Well, it's because it's scarcity builds the problem. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, so 14 dates for these candy canes. 7 at Candy Palace at Disneyland, 7 at Trolley Treats at DCA. So December 4th, I think the line is forming now for some fresh, gooey candy canes at Disneyland Park. You know who is excited about this, Jeremiah?
Whom?
Mike. No, that's who, not who.
He is
Mike Celestino.
All excited about that.
Mike Celestino, Vice President of Star Wars, Muppets, Simpsons, and everything Southern California theme park for Laughing Place. Are you excited for the candy canes?
I can't wait.
See, Jeremiah?
Why am I the only person that isn't just a floating head on this video right now?
Because you like an empty void behind me.
Yeah, seriously.
Because you have a Roosevelt shirt, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Unlike some of us.
Are you at Pelican's Point or are you on the island?
I'm on the island.
It's
just the light difference is messing it up.
So this is Mike Celestino. He is coming to us live from Disneyland Park, where he has been working feverishly all day. Boy, what a tough job he has. All right, so we've just been joking around about candy canes being the biggest story, but actually, I think one of the bigger stories is the introduction of MagicBand Plus at the Disneyland Resort. That's right. They've been at Disney World for days, and now they have finally arrived at Disneyland. Mike Celestino's had the opportunity to really get to thoroughly explore what they can do. You may have seen this exact picture on our front page for quite a while.
Yeah, actually, since I had the same MagicBand, we could just replace any of those with.
All right, card front guide. Yeah, if you're in the chat, feel free to put any comments, any questions. We love to make you guys a part of the show here. Oh, cool. It's a fun ride. All right. So Mike Celestino, you got to experience MagicBand Plus. This is an article you wrote for us here at Laughing Place.
No,
This is not the article you wrote for us.
I didn't write
This is the article you wrote for us here.
I did take all the photos, but I did not write that article. Somebody was nice enough to put it up while I was.
An article is titled "Photos Dash." The photos are the article. So you wrote the article, Mike.
Fair enough.
Tell us about the experience of MagicBand Plus at Disneyland Resort.
Well, I showed up early Wednesday morning, which is when they first went on sale for Magic key holders, Disney Vacation Club members, and Disneyland Resort cast members, of which I am but a mere Magic key holder. But at the ESPN Zone, former ESPN Zone building in downtown Disney District, they had a little shop set up where they had all 20 available Magic keys for Disneyland Resort at launch day, and I grabbed the Grogu one, in keeping with my proclivities towards Star Wars. That was the one that I picked out. But they did have 20 different varieties that you could get. And it was, I got to play around with it a bit. I got to use it to go into the park for the first time, which was, I like not having to take out my phone and get out the app to get in the park, just showing them my MagicBand. They don't have the little scanner, little thing that spins around. It's just they use their own mobile devices there at the park entrance to scan your MagicBand to get in the park. It's right now. But I was able to do that. And I've also been playing the Batu Bounty Hunters game at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I've collected 3 bounties out of 20 so far, but we're getting there. How do you
find that game, Mike, now that you've gotten to play it, you being our Star Wars aficionado? Is it any better than Hot and Cold?
It's basically just Hot and Cold. So it was really, really hot when I was here on Wednesday. It was overbearingly hot and tough to play it. But I just did another one. So I did 2 bounties on Wednesday, and I just did another one right now before the stream. And I enjoyed that experience more because it's cooler. It's much cooler today. So it wasn't nearly as insufferable, the heat. And I do really like the effect of after you've captured your bounty, you go up to a different door and scan the MagicBand. And there's this cool light effect of the Bounty Hunters Guild representative scanning your band. And then he opens up the little slot and talks to you. It's an alien character on a little screen there that talks to you and gives you your next mission. So that's pretty cool.
So doing it today instead of, opening day, were there a lot of people doing it? And when I did it in Florida, there's always like a queue for each of those kiosks. And so you're seeing the person before you, and that just hurts the experience a bit. What was your...
He froze, Mike. What was your experience with it?
I was wondering if it was me or him that was frozen.
It's him, yeah.
Okay. Well, there were a lot more people last Wednesday when it was opening day, when it was first day of Batu Bounty Hunters. Today, I did see other people playing, but not quite as many. There were probably like 3 people ahead of me in line when I went to get my bounty. But there are still other people playing. And as I was wandering around doing the hot and cold thing, because, it will glow green and vibrate as you get closer to your bounty. It glows red and vibrates even more if you're going away from your bounty. But as I was doing that, I did see other people playing as well. So a mere 5 days later, it remains popular.
We're in the middle of the water.
Well, here in Florida, Mike, it's still, we'll still have a queue almost any day of the week. But it was the same on the first day. Like, it was just nonstop, and then it died down. And I've seen pictures of the sales. Like, the first morning, there was lines out the door, and then by 2 o'clock, people were walking right up and buying any one they wanted. So it's always that, FOMO has hit Disneyland.
So in addition to the Batu Bounty Hunters, having a MagicBand Plus at Disneyland also has the band, it doesn't tell time, so I can't really call it a watch, has the band interact with the nighttime shows there. So you haven't gotten to do that yet, have you, Mike?
I haven't done the nighttime shows, but I did go and watch the Spider-Man show. I don't know if you could call it a show. The Spider-Man moment where he swings across the.
They've added
building.
Spider-Man rocks to Disneyland.
No, but when Spider-Man does swing across that building in Avengers Campus, your band will light up. I think it's red and another color, or maybe just red, and vibrate. As exciting
Are you sure
as that sounds.
You just weren't too far away from your bounty?
That's cool.
No, I was assigned to go over and check out the Spider-Man thing. What happens when he swings? I did get that on video. It's somewhere on the Laughing Place Twitter.
So Spider-Man swings, your watch vibrates, you look down to see what's going on, and you miss Spider-Man. This is pretty cool.
You missed it, yeah.
And Benji points out he saw World of Color with the band. Best nighttime show I have seen with the band.
I think that's the only nighttime show he's seen with the band. I don't think he's saw the fireworks or harmonious.
What have you
somebody's
done,
fueling
Mike?
the car over there, Mike.
So it looks like somebody opened up the little cabinet that has the emergency kit in it.
Just go close it; it'll shut the alarm off.
Let's take a quick look at some World of Color video with the Magic Band. You can see how spectacular that looks. Yes, truly spectacular.
Also, the views of the back of the people's heads to show you.
It does not compare to the glow with the show ears, but to each his own. But the bounty hunters, I got to do that a little bit. This is awesome. I truly love. There's no way I'm muting Mike. No way.
It's always going to be at least.
I came here because it's supposed to be the quietest place in the park.
I enjoy the Mark Twain in the background with the guy like having a conversation.
I got to do some Batu Bounty Hunters my last trip to Disney World, and not my thing, but for people who it is, it's fun. The graphics, the characters are really cool. The gameplay itself, a little repetitive, but
I
some
apologize.
promise.
Benji has seen some of the other ones, so World of Color does rank best out of the 3 possible shows that he has seen at nighttime with the Magic Band Plus.
It's funny. He said Jeremiah is wrong, and there were so many things he could have been referring to. I do not even know which one. It's one of those evergreen statements. Anything else about Magic Band Plus you wanted to mention, or your visit to Disneyland today, Mike?
Well, I will say that as of right now, you cannot use your Magic Band Plus to buy things at Disneyland Resort. And I'm assuming you can also not use it to get into your hotel room at Disneyland Resort. And I believe we don't know whether those things are ever going to happen. But I would guess they would eventually happen, right?
One would hope. Can you use your phone to get into your hotel room yet? I don't believe so. I just stayed there, and that was not an option. No, they still have a key.
Yeah, because they haven't upgraded all their stuff to the basic Magic Band, because you guys skipped that and went right to Plus.
In fact, I think at our stay at the Disneyland Hotel, they actually still went behind him and grabbed the physical key off the ring. And that's what they're using, yeah. They
still have the mail slots that they would put your mail in. And...
No, not true. Not true. They do have the plastic keys that let you in. All right. What you been doing today, Mike? You're at Disneyland with your Knott's Berry Farm shirt. Tell us some stuff.
I know, it's sacrilege, right? I was mostly looking around at merchandise and tweeting out whatever jumped out at me this morning as being new or relatively new. I found some cool Star Wars holiday merch. There's some general Disney holiday merch now in the World of Disney shop. And let's see, there was Zootopia merchandise for Zootopia Plus coming to Disney Plus at the beginning of November. And a couple other things that were fun that I tweeted out. I got medallions. I could show you these. So there's now a medallion machine in the Star Wars Trading Post at Downtown Disney. And you can get 4 different The Mandalorian medallions. There's Din Djarin. And on the back it says Star Wars The Mandalorian. There's one with Ahsoka Tano. There's one with little baby Grogu. And the last one is the Mythosaur skull. So that's cool. That's a new feature over there at the Trading Post.
Nice. And it looks like, I just checked out our Twitter, one of the huge differences in having me host the show with and without Rebecca is Rebecca is better prepared. So I just checked out our Twitter, and I noticed Mike,
yeah.
some cool pictures.
I forgot to mention that. Yes. So Rebecca actually alerted me to this. Your wife, Rebecca. She said that Sam Carter on Twitter had tweeted out that you can now see the El Capitan marquee from Fantasyland looking into Toontown. So I went over there and found a good vantage point. You can only see it from certain places because there's a lot of trees in the way. But yeah, it looks like that has now been installed as we approach the opening of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at the beginning of next year.
What a segue you have, Mike. Our next story is at the beginning of next year, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be opening in Disneyland. This was a big announcement. We have a date. We don't know when Tron is opening, but we know when Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway is opening, and that is January 27th, 2023. The countdown is on, under 3 months from today. And El Capitan is taking place. Jeremiah, I know you're a huge fan of this attraction. You and I waited for this attraction well over an hour while I was at Disney World, and then I had to get out of line for a meeting, but you got to ride it. So what are your thoughts on this?
I waited well over 2 hours. I had lots of fun with getting it in the queue. I'm very much looking forward to it out there. I can kind of reference that I had the chance to walk the attraction out there. I was impressed with the upgrades that they've done, especially the queue. The attraction itself will be very, very much the same as out here in Florida. A little bit of differences for those who have been out here, you'll notice it, but I think the queue is going to be a real highlight, and I wish that we had that queue out here when Gideon and I stood inside for an hour.
Oh, man. Is this the queue here?
Yes,
Jeremiah?
that is the first room. And because this is all put out in publicity, I can talk about it. It actually follows Mickey's timeline, and it's set up by the Toontown Hysterical Society, who, those of you who remember Mickey's Movie Barn and all the Toontown stuff, that was kind of the through line of the Toontown area. It was the Hysterical Society. So you'll follow Mickey from his big break in Steamboat Willie right up to the Mickey shorts. Not just his shorts, but the current shorts that are out.
Have you experienced this yet, Mike, at Disney World?
Yes, I did it at LP Expo last summer.
I was there with you when you experienced it.
I was on the ride with you. Yes, that's very true.
So you must be excited about it coming to Disneyland.
I am excited. Yeah, I enjoyed that attraction, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they did with it here.
Yeah, looking good. And it's interesting, Jeremiah, that you mentioned how the queue, it kind of takes you through Mickey through the years, because that's kind of the overarching theme of Disney 100 is the history of this company. And the opening of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is kind of the, I am good at this, aren't I?
That was smooth.
It's kind of the kickoff for this Disney 100 celebration, which is going to have so much happening at the Disneyland Resort and elsewhere, I'm sure, but they've started to give us some details about the Disneyland Resort. So Disney 100 kicks off the same day, January 27th, 2023, and this celebration promises to celebrate 100 years of our favorite company. So some of the stuff they're going to be doing at Disneyland, obviously food and beverage,
Popcorn bucket.
merchandise. That's what people are going to line up for. But check out what they're doing to the castle. I don't know why my mouse clicks aren't working today. Anywhere. This is weird. Don't get distracted. Okay, so check out what they're doing to the castle. My favorite part is these fountains they're adding over here. You know,
Yes. It looks like they're right where the old Christmas trees used to be. I'm really hoping that since they're adding the fountains, I know this isn't going to change the dark water system, but the moat gets a little bit cleaning because that water is beyond green.
all right, we're all positive here. They're adding some pennants or some flags, and this looks good. Do you like the look of the castle, Mike?
Yeah, I'm liking it. I like the fountains for sure.
Fountains are such a great addition. Anytime you add water, no one complains about water features.
I'm a big fan of water features, as you know.
Yeah, who isn't? Are you a big fan, Jeremiah?
I am. I enjoy water quite a bit. It is life-sustaining.
And so they've told us World of Color, which is another simple water show, is going to get a new version.
I'm waiting for the comment to pop up any second now.
I don't think he's on today. World of Color 1, which in the spirit of Disney 100 will celebrate the storytelling legacy started by Walt Disney a century ago. Yes, Germ.
So, World of Color 1, doesn't it sound like the perfect show for Florida will be Illuminations 100? Just saying. I'm going to get that on record every single possible
I like
time.
that. No, that's good. That's good. Thanks, Kyle. You filled in nicely. And Benji, I'm not even going to acknowledge your comment. And it's going to feature. I love you broadcasting from Disneyland. You have a crystal clear picture, and the audio is great. Where'd my mouse go? I feel like sometimes when you go to Disneyland, instead of doing a show, you should just kind of walk around and like maybe stream it.
Hey, I'll do that tomorrow at Animal Kingdom.
All right, so they're going to have a new song called Start a Wave. Start a Wave. I don't think we know anything about it right now. Yes, I believe it does involve this. And then at Disneyland, they have a new show they're calling Wondrous Journey. Sorry, Wondrous Journeys, plural.
Journey. I want it to be Journey.
Which looks really pretty. It's butterflies, not bees. A new nighttime spectacular that will ignite the wonder in all of us. Again, this show will feature nods to every... So they're specifically saying nods to every Walt Disney Animation Studios film today, taking us on a journey filled with artistry, music, storytelling, and heart. Every feature in animation studios. So Pixar, take a seat. The Wild, take a seat. But Sword in the Stone, Fun and Fancy Free, Black Cauldron, this is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. So that's exciting. Celebrate at Disney 100. It's going to use the projection effects on Small World, Main Street, and Rivers of America. And then on certain nights, it also has fireworks. So it seems like this show was supposed to work with and without fireworks. Wondrous Journeys, very exciting. Home on the Range is going to be there, as Benji said. Every Walt Disney Animation Studios film. Dinosaur, I believe, comes under there. So, pretty exciting.
No, Dinosaur's Pixar.
Dinosaur is not Pixar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good Dinosaur's Pixar.
Yeah. The Good Dinosaur is not Pixar. Good Dinosaur is Pixar. See, because the original was good. So, Mike,
the original was the most expensive film of the year 2000, I think.
Yeah, they'll make sure you know that, and which must make it the biggest losing one as well, right? Mike, are you more excited about World of Color 1 or Wondrous Journey?
I would have to say World of Color. Although, I always keep an open mind with these fireworks. I know I've bad-mouthed the fireworks before, but I'll go into it hoping that I love it.
This seems to be more of a projection show than a fireworks show, but
okay, yeah, the nighttime spectacular. Sorry,
I believe there's dancing pixies and Yes, Jeremiah.
It's World of Color just without the water,
which leaves absolutely nothing. I was looking at some Luminaria footage not too long ago.
Were your eyes crying? Were you just like, I can't see anything?
It was such a good show. Such a good show. Anyway,
we need to stop talking.
I love Luminaria. So that's all coming starting next January 27th. Disney 100, World of Color 1, Wondrous Journeys, Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway opens. It's going to be big, Bafo. And I'm glad they're doing this in January instead of like spring, because maybe it can shift some of the crowds a bit. Disneyland won't be quite so packed in the summertime. Mike, you plan to be there?
I'll be here.
Yeah, of course.
I'm already here.
Gonna wear your knot shirt?
I've gotten in trouble in the past with cast members criticizing my choice of wearing a knot shirt to Disneyland. But today I got a couple compliments. Somebody was asking me how the knots Halloween stuff was this year, and I was talking about it with them. So I feel like it's all one big family of Southern California theme park fans.
I agree. I agree. It is. It's all in good fun because we all know who the boss is, and that's SeaWorld. November 11th. We're sticking with Disneyland. Jeremiah, you used to everything being Walt Disney World, but we have so much Disneyland to start today's show.
Good with this. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Another one. November 11th, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, coming to Disney California Adventure. That's the day the movie drops. You excited about the movie, Jeremiah, Mr. Marble Boy?
I am very excited about that. I have my tickets for the 10th. We actually got invited to something out here, and I'm like, yeah, send Tony.
Now, as an aside, I know you are a huge Marvel fan, Jeremiah. Have you seen Black Adam?
I am a huge DC fan, yes, and I saw Black Adam.
Mike, I would like you to know we can hear you counting your money over there, Ludwig.
Sorry, I won't play with them anymore.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna let Doobie. Like I could tell Doobie's eyes were like.
I'm also seeing Black Panther: Wakanda Forever on the 10th with a double feature with the first film at El Capitan Theater in Hollywood.
Oh, good plug there. Wow. No one has invited me to see it, so I have no idea if I'm seeing it. Can I go with you, Jeremiah?
Sure, come on out.
Okay, maybe I'll do that. But anyway, at DCA, starting that St. Ludwig, someone had to say, what's the rich guy's name?
Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge McDuck.
All right.
Scrooge. Hey, Kiki and Luca, thank you very
All
much.
right. Money always gives you answers. So he's asking, is it worth taking a day to go to Universal Florida and Island of Adventure if you've been to Universal Hollywood?
Absolutely.
Let me take that. Let me start that answer as a visitor to Florida, not a resident who just was there last week. Absolutely. Yes. I would. Yeah, that's what you said. I would, in fact, recommend taking 2 days if you at all can and enjoying a day at each park. But if you can't, certainly take a day. And their hours aren't all that long. Take a day. Island of Adventure can fill your day easily, but make sure you find some time to get over to Universal. It's a totally different park. They have some attractions in common, but the feel of the park is completely different. One is a real live major motion picture studio, and the other is the park you'll be visiting in Florida. But it's a theme park, and so it's really cool and fun, and I recommend you definitely. We spend as much time at Universal as we do in Florida on our trips, and at Disney World as we do on our trips these days. Jeremiah, you may now answer.
Absolutely. I've worked at Universal Hollywood, so that is my home. Here in Universal Florida, there's really just Simpsons and
Mummy?
No, Mummy's different.
E.T.?
No, E.T. doesn't exist in Hollywood. The Despicable Me attraction are the only two that copy, and even the Despicable Me attraction here is different than the one in California because this one is used technology that's been sitting in the parks forever, and in California they tore down the T2 attraction. Didn't tear it down, but they just shoehorned it in there. But yeah, I would say if you've never been, 1 day in each is actually a better way to go. You can definitely do both parks in 1 day if you get there early on a weekday, but you'll probably be missing some of the fun stuff. Oh yes, Transformers also. I just forget about that.
Is Forbidden Journey not?
All of Harry Potter is. Again,
Okay.
Harry Potter, yes. I apologize.
Oh
No, that's
boy,
okay.
can I interject here? We did the Halloween Horror Nights on Friday, and the stuff they did with with Wizarding World of Harry Potter was very cool. The Death Eaters.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was like a Harry Potter scare zone.
That is cool. I like that. Wonder if JK was aware of that. So in short, Kiki and Luca, absolutely, you'll want to do it. You won't regret taking some time to do it. In my humble opinion, the Universal Resort does not hold a candle to the Disney Resort, but the Universal attractions definitely stand up just fine. The whole experience is not closed, but the attractions themselves hold up very well. And I'll make a big exception for Harry Potter, which is an amazing, amazing area that you'll definitely want to visit. Although you've done that in California, so do it.
They have Diagon Alley.
Yeah, in Universal, where they have Diagon Alley. It's so awesome. Diagon Alley is awesome.
Oh, we
And
also have Hagrid's too.
Fun fact, if you lose your purse in Diagon Alley, they will have it lost and found at the end of the night. We learned that this year.
We've also learned if you lose your phone at Disney's Hollywood Studios, you're out of luck.
Yeah, so there you go. There's that universal service I was just talking about. Epic Universe is going to be epic. Definitionally, that is true. And you're welcome. Hello, Eden. Thank you for joining us. All right, and Transformers is a lift that doesn't belong in either park. Go on Spider-Man. Do not waste your time on Transformers.
No, Transformers is fine here or there in California
Why?
because they don't have Spider-Man.
No, I'm sorry. Even without Spider-Man, Transformers is not a good attraction. Okay, that's it. We're going back to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever at DCA. So M'Baku is going to be there. Let me show you his picture. There he goes. As well as the new Black Panther. We don't know who that is yet, but whoever it turns out to be apparently is going to be at DCA. And they're going to have some yummy food there. This is some chicken and rice, some drinks with an alcoholic flair. Obviously, some merchandise. This is a big, what do they call those? Not steins, but things you drink out of, vessel. I don't know, some kind of a beverage-consuming vessel. You look like
Tumbler?
you're about to say something. No, that's not the word I want.
No, it's
a sipper.
like the Infinity
Sipper.
Gauntlet
Yeah.
sipper cup.
Okay.
I was just enjoying where Doobie was going with that.
Oh, and where's the show? There's a show too. Shoot, sorry for the fast scrolling over there. Where's the show? The show is not in our picture. Sorry, but there's also going to be a show with some chanting and stuff to teach you how to be one of a certain kind of. Sorry.
Is it different from the current?
Yeah, you're going
Aura
to the way of the Jabari. So some chants and percussion as you get indoctrinated. Probably not the best choice of words there, into the way of the Jabari.
Which will be probably one of the coolest things. Like I want to make it out just to have M'Baku start the chant and hear all of Avengers Campus go.
That would...
My prediction is that Martin Freeman's character is going to be the next Black Panther.
Martin Freeman, is he the? I don't want to use
FBI agent.
Okay, yes, thank you. That's what I thought.
Tim from The Office. Yeah.
The other Office.
The original Office.
That's right. I didn't make that connection.
Nobody made that connection.
Wow. Oh, that's right. I recognize him now. Popcorn or churro at Universal Hollywood. Skyway or Starway or Transformers? That's a no-brainer.
Well, I do the Starway almost every time, and I've done Transformers, I think, twice.
Exactly. And now, Mike, I'm sure you are a stair Starway guy, right?
Going down, yes. Going up, it's a tough hike.
It's a tough hike.
There's nothing better than running up the Starway for the end of your day to get out. You know,
Have you done that, Jeremiah?
many times. I have run up and down the Starway more times than I will ever be able to count.
Goodness, you're a bigger man than I am. No, you're a better man than I am.
Here comes that steamboat whistle any moment now.
I love it. All right, the news we have finally been waiting for. A major attraction is opening at Walt Disney World, and they have given us a date.
Tron?
Jeremiah, it's not Tron. It is Fantasmic, coming November 3rd, which is a mere week or two, which is next week sometime. November 3rd, Fantasmic returning to Walt Disney World. It is not the same old Fantasmic. It is going to have some new stuff. Any predictions as to what's going to be new, Jeremiah?
Yeah, it's going to be Moana and Frozen 2 and Aladdin, and they're still going to have some Pocahontas stuff because that's all been in the press release.
Those are some bold predictions, Jeremiah. Any predictions other than what's in the press release?
The third will be an absolute madhouse. Just putting that out there right now. I know the reservations for just about everything. I think you can still purchase a ticket, but
Wow. You can just hop over there.
yeah, but even then, I can almost guarantee it's going to be one of those days where there will be people standing outside waiting for Fantasmic because, and I am guilty of this, so I can make fun of this. The next day or the following day, it's going to be the exact same show. And for the first week, I do believe that there is going to be 2 shows nightly. and then the following week they go back to 1, and then they'll be playing with the timing and everything for the next few weeks, and then we'll probably see Christmas to New Year's 2 shows, since we still won't have Jingle Bell Jingle Bam.
Do you think they'll have a new dragon like Disneyland, as Javier's asking? No.
As far as when we spoke with the people that were working on it, everything's getting refreshed. The sound system went through and was redone. The new projection system will be in there, but as far as the actual island goes, there hasn't been much as far as changes go.
And the same spectacular Mark Twain, I hope. Steamboat Willie. Little tugboat they got there.
Speaking of Mark Twain, that was a perfect cue. Mike,
come on, Mike.
Hey, there we go.
Woo-hoo. Did you know, Mike, that Walt Disney's anniversary, they all stood on one side and sank that thing?
They sank it?
Okay, it took on water.
That wasn't his anniversary either.
It wasn't?
No, that was opening day.
No, I thought it was the day before opening day.
Let's all go watch Uncle Buck's Cabin, shall we?
I went to where did I go?
There with you.
No, you weren't. Not there.
No.
But when I was in Florida, I went to Bass Pro Shop, and they sell Uncle Buck's brand stuff there. So I did a little vlog thing walking through. I didn't post it though, but looking at like the Uncle Buck, they have sauces and stuff. Benji says it was the anniversary, so I rest my case. And Nikki
It can't be the anniversary when it's the first day. I mean,
it was the day before opening.
It could have been like the no.
All right, I'm right. All right, let's go back to
Thank
Epcot.
you, Card Fresh.
Back to Epcot. Not back. We haven't been there yet. Let's go to Epcot, where Jeremiah, was this your video?
Yes.
Were these your pictures, rather?
Yes.
Got some good looks. I did this monorail trip, too, last week, and you get some nice looks at Journey of Water. Talk about it.
Well, that is also the Communicore building that has gone up really quickly. Like, between the anniversary on the 1st and when I took these pictures the other day, that building was barely there. And it looks like by January 27th, that and Journey into Water inspired by Moana will be open. That is not true. But that building is moving very quickly. That's going to be the new festival center, concert area that's coming to the park. And then Journey of Water is really taking shape. Like, I can't wait for that to be complete.
I thought water take form of water, shape of an eagle. Am I right about that?
No, it was, you're right. Yeah, form of water, shape of a bucket. Yeah.
Shape of Water. You need a bucket to carry the water.
Shape of Water was a really good movie.
Is that going to be made into a Marvel movie, The Wonder Twins?
That would be shocking if they made it into a Marvel movie.
All right, so they'll just show you a few more pictures of the...
I don't think Disney can buy DC, so...
Action here.
Yeah, that area is really massive. If you get a chance while you're at Epcot to take the monorail in, you can see not only the building, but the entire area that has really, they've stepped up the work on that area. So hopefully that will be done by next spring, though we don't have an official date yet.
And then in some sad news, we have lost an Imagineering legend to retirement, and that is Bob Weiss. I miss you, honey. I miss you, honey. Bob Weiss, who I pray is not watching right now, is retiring from Walt Disney Imagineering. He is retiring after 42 years with the company.
He has retired from it already. He's been the global ambassador like Marty was before him.
That's not retirement, and that's not working for the company?
He's leaving everything.
So that's what I said.
Yes, but never mind.
You're like Tony. Anyway, Bob Weiss worked on 42 years. He's worked on pretty much every major project you can imagine over the past 40 years. And he'll be missed. one of the modern greats, along with the Tonys, and Marty really spanned the era, but definitely with Tony, Joe Rohde, Bob Weiss, he's in that category of modern Imagineering legends. And so, thank you for gracing us with all your cool stuff. I want to talk about Walt Disney. Oh, Mike, sorry. Anything else you want to talk about over the past couple of weeks you've been doing before I talk about what I've been doing over the past couple of weeks?
We've just been doing Halloween stuff and immersive theater stuff. And we did, like I said, horror nights. We did it for ourselves, not for the site. Although, we were there we got comped. I guess I could say that. But it was great. We had a good time. That's it.
All right. I got to go to Disney World. I was there from October 8th through the 18th. It was so awesome. The best thing I got to do, I want to talk about some of the new experiences I got to do. I got to do Jimmy Fallon Race Through New York at Universal Studios for the first time. I liked it.
No, you like the pre-show area.
I didn't hate it. I had seen a POV of it before and thought this is one of the worst things I've ever seen. But actually riding it, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. The pre-show, the queue, all of that is spectacular. They have the best AP lounge in the world up there. But even the ride itself, not that bad. I kind of liked it. I would ride it again in a heartbeat. I'm as surprised as you are.
I have not done that attraction.
It is weird.
You're lucky.
It's very campy. And it knows it's campy, so it's okay. I got to do Mummy, which I'd done once before, years and years ago. And I know it's changed, but I don't remember it well enough to know the changes.
No, nothing has changed with it.
Okay. Mummy's really cool. The coaster is not that long, not that intense, a little bit intense for me, not that intense, but the special effects in there, the dark ride at the beginning that's a solid dark ride.
You know what? Can I interject again?
Yeah, please.
We did the Mummy here at Universal Studios Hollywood on Friday when we were at Horror Nights, and I hadn't been on that thing in probably 15 years. And I was also impressed with the dark ride elements leading up to the roller coaster. Once it becomes a roller coaster, it's pretty much just like a big empty warehouse with some lighting and stuff. But all that, there's a bunch of animatronics. I'd totally forgotten about that stuff. It was cool.
It was. Yeah, huge animatronics. Really cool. And then the false ending, I don't know. I haven't done the California version, which I know is different. The false ending, not in California?
No.
Is spectacular. That fire over your head is spectacular. I'm sorry. That blows me away. And then after that, there's just a short drop and the ride's over. But that drop is scary. It feels like one of Jeremiah's 90-degree angles, and you're just going to fly out of the thing. That's a cool drop. That's a fun drop. What?
What does that even mean?
It feels like you're going like this. Like it goes past 90 degrees. I'm sorry. Jeremiah's 90 is like this. But it feels like you're going past 90 degrees. Because the way it jerks you go flying forward, but thankfully you have a lap bar. Usually drops a little more, but this one goes, and then it's over. Anyway,
Also, I would like to announce that one of our founders and creator of Laughing Place, we did not get a video of this. We will next time. He can officially ride Flight of Passage.
This is what I was going to say next. I got to ride the Flight of Passage test vehicle. And I fit, and I was very excited. I did not have time to ride the ride, but next time, yes. But riding the test vehicle was so
He had the biggest smile. He didn't want me to video it, and I wasn't going to because there could, who knows what is going to end up. But when he sat down, yeah, you can go on, his smile was from ear to ear.
Yeah, I've never been on Flight of Passage, and you should have seen me trying to parlay that into a front of the line ticket with a cast member there, but it did not work.
Pushing it,
Much to his credit, it did not work. So my next trip to Animal Kingdom, I will most definitely be getting in a long line for Flight of Passage happily, because that's a spectacular attraction from LA here. Hi, sir. Let's see.
Mike, you want to interview that person? How are you enjoying Pirate Slayer on Tom Sawyer Island?
But the best ride I got to do while I was there, and might I say, the best ride I've ever done, not based on Star Wars,
Skyliner,
is the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which I was lucky enough to get to do twice, and it was spectacular. Oh my goodness, that is an incredible roller coaster with an incredible ride system. and incredible show sequences with the screens and all that, incredible music, and a surprisingly incredible pre-show and queue. The ride is the whole experience is spectacular. If it wasn't for Flight of Passage, nope. If it wasn't for Rise of the Resistance, it would be far and away the best thing Disney's ever done. Disney, for all we say about the crap they do to us, like the price increases we're not even going into, when they want to make a great attraction, they know how to make a great attraction. And Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is a great, great attraction. My wife, without me, got to ride front row. Everybody wants to rule the world. I am the most jealous person in the world. That is a dream way to do it. But I got Iran and come on, shake your body, baby, do the conga. And it was so good. I love that attraction. I would ride it 100 more times in a row. It's so good.
I just rode for my 16th time the other day, and I got Tonga again. Still haven't gotten Iran, but I know.
You've ridden 16 times and haven't gotten Iran?
Yep.
And I got that on my first ride. That's right.
Yeah. Mac is still missing like 2 of them.
It took Tori, I think, 28 times to get all the songs on the Mission Breakout out here. Something like that.
So funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, us 80s guys, we pray for Everybody Wants to Rule the World. And I can't wait to get that experience. So good. I can't believe how good it is. The pre-show, the transporting room. Oh my. Puts that might be some Poseidon Fury quality.
It definitely is.
My son's favorite ride.
I heard they stole that effect from the Star Trek experience.
I thought they stole it from Poseidon's Fury.
Poseidon stole it from Star Trek.
Okay. Well, whoever stole it is stealing it well, because that's good. I got to ride the Skyliner plenty, all the lines, still great attraction. It was a little windy. I like the Skyliner. I don't really get nervous on it, but a tiny bit nervous on it when it's swaying a little bit. But still great. I ride it as much as I possibly can. Got to ride a friendship boat. Got to ride a smaller boat. Got to ride the monorail.
So you did planes,
got to ride a bus
and automobiles?
Got to ride a bus, visit the Pop Century, ate at Toledo, which was a spectacular experience. Ate at Whispering Canyon, closing it out. Whispering Canyon, closing it out one night. Just a great experience. This was definitely one of my best Disney World vacations ever. Had such a great time at both Disney and Universal, and can't wait to ride Flight of Passage. Anything else? You were there for me for part of me. With me for part of it, Jeremiah. Anything you want to
add? I'm never getting in line for Runaway Railway with you again. Just throwing that out there.
My disappointment, I did not get to do Halloween Horror Nights as I wanted to. But such is life.
No, it was lots of fun spending time with you guys. Definitely got to spend time with Gideon. I'm glad that you guys let him have a communication device that he can play on now, because an hour I was bouncing on. I tried to bail at one point. I tried to talk him to bailing, and he's like, "No." It's like,
I did not know that, Jeremiah. Thank you very much for sticking it out with my son. I had to get out of line to go to a meeting. You two stayed, and the line just. This was our biggest beef with our visit. We went, for whatever reason, it was extremely crowded at both Disney and Universal the whole time. We're okay with that. We didn't Genie Plus. We're like, we're just going to wait in line. We're okay. We waited like an hour and a half for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. We knew it getting in. No big deal. The one that bugged us was Runaway Railway, because it said it was a 90-minute wait, or I think it was like a 75-minute wait. We got in line. It was moving along as if it was going to be a 75-minute wait, and then it just stopped. And you could see the Lightning Lane queue had gotten really large. You could see the queue forming outside the building, and it was clear they were favoring that queue big time, and that 75-minute wait turned into a 2-hour wait, and that was extremely frustrating. And that was really the negative about the visit. But
Mike, are you getting text?
It's Slack. It's our Slack, actually.
So at Remy, the ride broke down for a while, so that was much more understandable.
Did you get evac?
No, we were in queue, and it was clear that the ride broke down, and then they had to make up some time with Lightning Lane. That's more understandable than what seemed to happen at Runaway Railway.
I think the same thing happened with Runaway
Think
Railway.
it broke down?
Didn't hear any announcements, which I think was the biggest disservice.
Okay.
If we would have heard at least one announcement, I know that both in front of us and behind us, the guests were very vocal about their problems with having to wait in line for it.
I obviously, I don't blame the cast members, and I understand there's no point in getting upset at them, but I certainly understand the frustration. When you get into a line that's billed as an hour and it turns out to be 2, and no one said the ride went down,
Yeah.
that's extremely frustrating. Extremely. We have some questions. I don't know. I mean, this Javier often asks questions about Epcot. What is the status of the Epcot? I know there's some rumors about the Play Pavilion. Anything you know, Jeremiah?
As far as the UK and the Mary Poppins, we have not heard anything more. That kind of disappeared very early on in the Epcot experience area, so we're guessing that has been shelved or discontinued completely. Play Pavilion, that building looks done. The walls have been moved in. I have not looked at the map recently. I believe Benji said that it was still showing on the map that Play Pavilion was coming. So we don't know. Spaceship Earth, our shared story, we know that was shelved during the pandemic with no new information. China Pavilion, as far as we know, it is still coming for the seamless 360. And then as far as when the 100 years is hitting Walt Disney World, yeah, March 31st is when, or around there is when the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World ends. So we're guessing sometime around there we'll start to see more of the 100th anniversary. I don't think we'll see the new nighttime show in Epcot anytime soon. I think when they do retire Harmonious, which sounds like it's going to be, I don't think they announced a final official date of it, but probably around the end of the 50th. I would probably say we're going to see Epcot Forever return for a little bit, just because that was a fun show, not too difficult to put on. So we'll see. And what's going to come after that. DuckTales is coming. We did get.
You can get them at the Star Wars Trading Post in downtown Disney.
Why does he put down the camera when he keeps talking?
He doesn't want to show the person asking.
Harmonious ends March 31st, yes, as Benji said. So, yeah, probably Epcot Forever after that is what we'll be seeing for a little bit. And DuckTales is coming. We did get confirmation for that. I would guess we'll start to hear more announcements next November at Destination D, hopefully, if that is happening out here. That's usually when they announce all the Walt Disney World stuff, where D23 is kind of focused a little bit more on Disneyland recently.
Was that kid asking about your coins?
Yes, he was.
Did you just give it to him?
Gave it to him, Mike.
They were $15.
Goodness, it's for the kids, Mike. For the kids. This whole video could have gone viral if you had done that. Oh, take mine. And before you know it, we're like on the cover of the New York Post. Who says vloggers are jerks? This guy at Disneyland and a Knott's Berry Farm shirt gives his coins.
Now the headline can be, we have evidence that vloggers are jerks.
Okay. All right. Thanks for joining us. It's nice to be back with you guys. I missed our little get-togethers every week. Jeremiah, Mike Celestino. I'd like to remind you that tomorrow at 4 p.m., we have Barely Necessities, the Disney Merchandise Show with Becca and the return of Rebecca, my wife. 7:30 p.m., we have the return of Disney Trivia Live. In other words, when Rebecca and I leave town, lots of stuff has to return. Or at least, I guess Barely's been going on, just Rebecca's returning. But Trivia's not been going on. Yes, 11. At 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Is it 10 or 11? I don't have
I believe it's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Pacific time, we have a walk and talk from Animal Kingdom. Hopefully I'll be there, but I'm not sure. With Jeremiah Good and someone in the studio. So we're going to cut out now because Mike clearly needs more time to count his money. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you in the future. I have really forgotten how to do this.